Welcome to this minor series video. In this video we are going to be looking at sum of two cubes. Now if you've watched our video for the difference of two cubes, this video will be very similar to it, but pay attention. So a sum is the answer that you get when you are adding, and because you are adding two cubes, the name is hence sum of two cubes. Now this is how you factorize a sum of two cubes. So what you are supposed to notice is that just like the difference of two cubes, you have a smaller bracket that contains a linear binomial, and then you have a bigger bracket that contains a quadratic trinomial. The signs, this is where the game is. You need to pay attention to signs. So the sign that we had in the question must be kept in the smaller brackets. And then for your trinomial, the middle term will have a negative sign, but the last term will keep the positive. This is the first example, a cubed plus 27. Because this is a sum of two cubes, we open a small bracket and a bigger bracket. The cube root of a cubed is a. Then you square that a, so you have a squared. And then you do the same for 27. And then you have 3, and 3 squared is 9. Now, the sign in question must be kept in the smaller bracket. And then the middle term will have a negative sign, and the last term will have a plus. Now you need to multiply 3 with a. So now you are looking at what is in the smaller brackets, 3 and a, to give you your middle term, and you have 3a. In the second example, again you have a sum of two cubes. So what you do in this case is you open your brackets. The cube root of 8a cubed is 2a. The cube root of 64 will be 4. So if you square that 4, you get the 16, which is our last term in the trinomial. Now the sign in question must be kept in the smaller brackets. And then because this is a sum of two cubes, the middle term will be negative and the last term will keep the positive sign. 2a times 4, so these two terms inside the smaller brackets, if you multiply them, you will get the middle term in the trinomial, which is your 8a. For the last example, if you look at this, this is not a sum of two cubes because the first term and the second term, both of these terms are not cubes. But if you take a common factor, you'll be left with the sum of two cubes in brackets. You will carry down the 3xy, which was your common factor, and then you open a small and bigger bracket. The cube root of 1 is 1. If you square that 1, you still have 1. The cube root of 8x cubed is 2x. You square that, you have 4x squared. The middle term you get by multiplying the two terms in the smaller bracket, so that is 1 and 2x, so you get 2x. Then you deal with the signs. This sign in the smaller bracket will be kept from the original question, so that's 1 plus 8x cubed, so it's a plus. And then the middle term will have a minus, and the last term will have a plus.